So listen, or not, I am not only a concierge naturopathic oncologist, I am also a caregiver. So I think I talked about in another episode where my mom has liver cancer. So update. So let's see. Starting off, she had a taste procedure done where she had an extreme reaction to the pain medications because in liver cancer, you cannot, your liver is the one who processes the drugs and the toxins, and hers is sluggish. So she didn't have a very good reaction to the pain medication. So she ended up in the hospital for like 2 weeks with hepatic encephalopathy. That's basically where you're confused, okay? Got over that, doing really good, and it got rid of most of the tumors. It was a successful procedure. But there were a couple of there was one large one that is inoperable, is in a really weird spot. She's not a candidate for a transplant. So after I think about a year, just to try to get something else done, we decided to do immunotherapy. And that is an infusion that she got every 3 months. So we flew up to City of Hope in Zion, Illinois under Dr. Khan, love him, and got infusions done. So that worked for a while. And then here recently we got scans done. So usually you get scans done like maybe every 6 months or so. Sometimes, depending upon the cancer, it's more frequently, but this is every 6 months. So her 6-month scan, and she had been getting scans done, and basically it was holding it at bay. Not making anything great, but holding it at bay. Okay, that's fine. That's better than it increasing. This last scan showed that the tumors had increased and the ones that were dying were now active, and she had a couple more, and there was some lymph node involvement. Not good. So we stopped the immunotherapy, and the next decision was to try chemo, but in a pill form. So she took the chemo pill, and super interesting reaction. The first week that she was on the chemo pill, so you're supposed to take 2 pills a day, 20 milligrams, so a total of 40 milligrams. We had decided we were going to do mom at half that dose, so at 20 milligrams. So she accidentally took 2 the first time she took the pills. That's fine. I asked her how she was feeling. Amazing. She was like, I haven't felt this good in years. Total opposite reaction that you would think of for chemo, okay? Just saying. So I'm checking on her every day. She's like, I still feel amazing. I feel amazing. So she goes on a trip, gambling, day trip with her friends to Montgomery. And it's a day trip, right? So they leave super early in the morning. She gets back in the evening. The next day, she pretty much slept all day. And I was like, yeah, it probably wore her out. And that's fine, you know what I mean? So I left her alone. The following day, she slept all day. So now we're at 48 hours sleeping. Not feeling that too much. So that third day, I was like, okay, so how are we doing? She's not getting up. So then I'm asking her questions, and it appears as though she is confused. So I'm concerned about hepatic encephalopathy. And a big thing with that is that you have to stay hydrated, right? And Herb told me that she hadn't been drinking water. So I had Herb take her to the urgent care. So the urgent care is at City of Hope there in Atlanta. So they have all her records. They did give her, did IV, did labs. She was a little dehydrated. They gave her some, an IV hydration. And she actually sounded and felt better immediately while she was there. So awesome, right? So then she slept the rest of the day, and I was like, yeah, that probably wore her out. But then the next day she slept. So I'm like, I'm not liking that. So literally, we're in urgent care probably twice within a 9 to 10 day period. Not cool. So then I have a conversation with the oncologist, because you know your loved ones, and I know my mom. Something's not right. So The second time we were in urgent care, she got labs done and it was not dehydration. So now I'm thinking it might be the chemo pills. But she also has Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which means that it's low thyroid, and oftentimes that can cause fatigue as well. So I asked for them to run labs iron. Low iron can make you tired. Thyroid issues can make you tired. Your chemo pills can make you tired. So we ran all the labs. Iron and thyroid were great. So now I'm thinking it's the chemo pills, right? And even though she's on the lowest dose, I sent a message to the oncologist and was like, hey, can we consider lowering her dosage? You can't have this pill. Can we call in and figure out another way, right? So his suggestion was to do one pill every other day. I like that. So mom did one pill every other day. Seems to be doing better on that every other day pill. However, she's still really tired. I gave it a week, right? Her next appointment with the doctor wasn't for 3 weeks. One, I asked for the appointment to be moved up, which you can do because sometimes they just need to lay eyes on your loved one and see what you're talking about, right? And then, I'm sorry. And then the other thing that I asked for after we actually had the appointment was, hey, I don't really like the way this chemo pill is affecting mom, specifically her quality of life, and that matters so much. So I asked whether or not there was another chemo pill that we could do. And the answer was there's all kinds of chemo pills, but this is the only one that I suggest for your mom. So mom has 2 oncologists. So that was the one oncologist that said that. I asked the other oncologist about a different therapy, and he immediately said yes. So it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. You can always get a second opinion. You should always have multiple eyes on you. So you can listen or not. I'm Dr. Samm Pryce. I'm a caregiver, but I'm also a concierge naturopathic oncologist. Options matter. So I hope you listen. I hope you book a call, and I'll talk to you soon. So listen, you can book a call at speakwithdrsamm.com or not.